Hello and welcome back on Bebo Joan. This is the building that I said we were going to finish today. I just got done. And don't worry, we already have a crisis, and then I will finally say what we're going to do with that other peninsula thing. We're going to play on normal speed because it is a crisis. 69% happiness, 86% health. It has gone down. The problem is here, or not here, depending how you want to look at it. Our single 19 wagon train is not able to keep up with all the food that we need all over the place. We're not out of food. We have a little bit of food left as long as there are a couple of workers extra here. We do have some food here, but that's not enough. It's not, we're not quite there yet. Also, this looks like a thing that wasn't built again. So let's fix that as well as this one while we're in the area. Cool. Yeah, we don't have enough food there. This guy is also out of food. We have a little bit more in the store, but we do need our distribution office to actually handle all of that stuff. It would be lovely if these two things could just get completed in one run right now, with a rare construction crane already coming in at this point, but we're just not quite ready yet. How much work do we have left on here? That one's almost done. That's exciting. This one is not yet done. That's not exciting. Also, this one is not yet done. Why is that not? Let's change the priority on these things a little bit, so maybe things can get done a little quicker, maybe, possibly, potentially. That would be so super. Cancel plumbing. F3. Plumbing probably from here to here. And we're going to remove the rest later, but for right now, this should take care of the plumbability that we have going on. That's high priority. Assign that to any of you. I think you're all in the same area, honestly. And get rid of all this waste so we can connect that to the new plumbing line that we're going to build in just a second and see how that goes. So that's the first crisis. Over here, we're out of food. I need the distribution trains to actually handle this. Cool. With that, how about you get another coal truck organized, because you're not going to have your own coal today. That's just the fact. That's how this works. I'm not going to have one. I know I'm not going to have one. So we may as well send one down here. We could even steal one from out there, but that's not quite ready yet. We do need rail signals. We're going to get to that. If you've never done rail signals before, don't worry. I'm your guy. That's a very simple rule. Chain in, lock out. That's all. That's all you have to remember, and I'll explain what that means in just a second. That's your hook. It's not difficult. Honestly, it's not difficult. It's just, you make it difficult, it's difficult. That's just how it works. So these guys are good. Yeah, I kind of want to ignore everything that's up here. We have a good chunk of money in the bank, and I would like to keep it that way. We're going to speed this up because I do want things to move along. And my monitoring station is done, which in a current city with a little bit of industry and a little bit of city and a little bit of that, our pollution kind of ends here at this building. And that one is, that's fine. I'm not terribly worried about them. Yes, the hotel is not doing that well, and a little bit of the industry and the universities is not doing well, but every other residential building is fine, therefore everyone should be okay. And the pollution that comes from our spewer over here is not that big. It's small. This is just 50 cubic meters, and we can get 6 times bigger, I believe. But still, it's not the end of the world, so that should be okay. Yeah, you look like you're happy. Get out of here. Why didn't this get completed more? That's annoying. Someone working on here? I think that guy's coming over here. Good. Cool. So, what do I want? Coal. Coal guy. You're the coal guy. Yep. You load coal from there to here. I'm gonna need to buy some trains. They're not gonna be cheap. So I need this to actually be ready. The second problem. It's not surprising. Bull. And I think this has something to do with the chemical plant that is currently running, or not running, doing something. So there is that. I wouldn't be surprised if that has a little bit to do with our health going down. But yes, we are not separating trash fast enough. So what we're going to do is all hands on deck on this separation plant. And we don't need everything, but I'm going to turn them off in a different way. I can unpause now, I think. We're going to turn this off in a different way, and I really like employing the flatbed trucks that we have over here on a concentrated attack like what we have right now, with just a handful of buildings that I already have done. I'm hoping we can get this going pretty fast, because my hope is with the separation plant, we will have more than enough capacity to actually take out the good stuff, which I believe goes here. I don't remember. Actually, no, the separated stuff is, this is everything that's still mixed waste. The good stuff, which will be construction waste, can go there, and the metal scrap, if we find any, can go there. Whatever goes else can go in here, and plastic too, that we can export. And then this one only has to worry about the metal scrap and the hazardous waste, which is not going to go away. But everything else we should be able to just handle for some time. And these guys are parked here, which honestly just tells me, go to the last one that we added, load everything from here, and just bring it to the border. Let's see, incinerator, rugby, Dover, large custom sauce. Yes, you can bring everything there that you want, especially mixed waste from right here, just because we can't handle it right now. They're being lazy, so we may as well make them do some work. Oh, come on, you didn't finish that little last meter of something over here? That's embarrassing or something. Oh well. Is water done? That water pipe. Gosh, this is still not done, but you are a high priority. You just need a little bit extra steel, and then you would be done. This one is technically completed, so let's see if we can convince someone. Is that a medium pipe? Really? Nope. What pipe is that? That's not a large pipe, is it? Nope, that's just a small pipe. You just didn't hit it right the first time. Got it. Again, all construction offices on deck on this one. 3? Okay, 4, yep, 5, yep, 8, yep. I need this done, and then we can actually have water in our distribution office and do the things. Okay, what do you have left? I think we can signal. I think signaling is the next thing. They are busy. We have some money. 67% happiness is telling me, not great, buddy. People don't, not great. Control H to send you home, get out of the way. How are we doing here? There is a little bit of food sitting there. I did buy an extra truck that can deliver some food in here. It looks okay-esque. It's still starving, yes. 5%. 5% hit, 2,500 people. That's half of our population that gets hit by that. But we have some food in places, which tells me I think we're okay on that front. Do distribution office trains take fueling stations? I guess we're gonna find out. Okay. We have a train over here that can handle a couple things already. We could technically just purchase trains from here. We have an electric one. We have that big old one. 120. Yeah. Our speed, and someone pointed that out in the comments, our speed is just 70. I wasn't looking at that at all. I was considering everything else to be fast, but that's our speed that we can have, and that's fine. So as long as we can go 70, I think we are okay with all of our trains. 130. It's this one. Yep. The 1928 SO series mod. Not a mod though. It's confusing. Also, that color changer is really shows me what's up. Okay. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, because we will have a lot of wagons going in here. I'm gonna let this one run for a while. This one's not gonna get set up fully set up just yet. What do we need here? I think what we need most is, let's see, wagons, not track builder, not this, not boulders, not open haul. Where is my... Confused. Did I click the right thing? Oh, you probably just clicked on the wrong thing. Yep. I want cargo wagons. And the things that we want is something that can carry food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Something that can carry food. We have stake cars that are part of the other one. The only thing, well, we also had some of these covered holes already, but the things that we don't have is a waste is fine, open is fine. This one, we don't have gravel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouch. And then we don't have a cement truck or a cement wagon. I think we get that one from over here. Yeah, there's that one cement tank that we can get, or the open hopper. The open hopper looks pretty good. But yeah, just give me one cement tank, and then we tell our friend to actually get a couple things organized for us. You, sir, no longer are part of this line to bring things in here. Now you're going to be in charge of load trains, etc. Bring them here and go. And the first one should be relatively full, and then I just hope that we don't run out of money, because we just spent all of our money on a couple locomotives. That was stupid, right? Yeah, buying 4 locomotives like I did was stupid, because we already had 2 sitting here, and then just clicking that button that many times just means we don't have money now to actually fill up the wagons with all the things that we wanted, which then in turn means I will have to take out a loan. Yeah, that was stupid, B-Well Joe. One would have been fine. The 2 locomotives you have plus 2 more would have been fine, but no, you need it to be special and click the button as many times as you can just to say, oh, we have so much money now. Ooh. Yeah, no, that was silly, but you know how B-Well Joe works. He just goes overboard, and then it's too late. I just want to make sure that this friend of ours actually picks up all the wagons that I wanted, and then once the distribution office is full, I guess I will start signaling everything out, and hopefully that kind of works out. Again, the food thing is a problem. Sorry. Again, the not enough money thing is a problem, but that's going to be solved with loans or something else. Did you get all of them in one run? Nope, there's still some stuff left. So I'll let you run for 1 or 2 more times. And you guys are currently building the stuff that I asked you to sell. Shops out of good. No. This one, you're actually out. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad because they're making money. I'm pausing here just to see what we have here. There's no food sitting there. What do we have? This is a rare construction crane. Very interesting. There is no food sitting here. Okay, there's 5 tons of food sitting there. None of this is perfect. But there's not that much that I can do until I find the long train. And you're trying to unload 31 tons of food into here. Guess what? That's all gonna go here. Okay, reduce that to 15 tons and then send you to the rugby center, which should make my life a little more possible. I think it's this one that we want to go to. Is that the last one? Yeah, number 8. Okay, so you're already set up. Great. Get to this one and bring 15 tons of food down there, which should move us along a little quicker. It's a little scary, though. Okay. Well, there's a loco. You have 3 locos here. Great. Should have sold one of them. You should have not bought one of them. That's like 60,000. That's probably 1.5 wagons full. Yeah, that would have been helpful. But that's not the game we play, so keep doing what you're doing. Should you start signaling up? I'm kind of waiting for the trains to not get stuck just for a minute, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, you can unload there. I think we should actually be able to fit a ton of wagons into this distribution office, which that part alone is exciting to me, but we'll just see how that goes. Okay, you are working on this. Cool. You are probably working on that. Yep, just a little bit. Is anyone working on this? Not yet. We may as well get that one on the list of things to work on. There you go. Beautiful. That one's been worked on already, and you're coming in here to do some work on them. That all feels all right. Yep, the food thing has to be solved. That's bad. Almost nothing. Almost nothing. Something is missing. Luckily, well, there's not a lot of people here because if there's no food anywhere available in the shop, then no one's going to come to try to get it from there because they already know, you know, they're at the sign outside. But we'll just have to see how all of this plays out. Also, there's too much food storage in here, which is probably another problem. I don't even know what to change that to. There's too much wiggle room. Explosives? Do you just increase explosives in hope of taking up space for everything else? Or crops? Crops would be cheap at least. Yes. We do not need 200 tons of food. I'm pretty sure that that is over the top. 5 tons of that is fine. 27 tons of this is fine. 6 tons of that is fine. 45 tons of booze. That's even a lot. But yeah, no, we're just going to leave it at that, I think. Where's my train? My train is here. There's the other train. You're bringing food to here again, which we are down to nothing and 10 tons. Okay, 10 tons is good as long as we have workers. You are 5 tons, that's fine, and then you have, what, 4 tons here. Yep. Once that one figures it out, we should be better, but I would like you to do a thing just one more time. Rugby warehouse, I think, is where I want you to go. And then I want you to go to the last one, and then we will be fine. Where are you complaining about cement? Out here. Why? Because I clicked the wrong button. I always do that. I really, seriously always do that. That's okay. Are you building this? Technically you are. Okay, there's a train unloading the next load of things. That's good. Which means you will no longer go to this customs house. You will actually go to the other one and do the cement thing. NATO, load anything. That one, not this one. NATO, yeah, that's cool. Okay, with that, I think now it's time. Okay, let's set up our signals, because it is time. That's what you just said. Great. We're going to start at the end, because it's easier for me. This one, I'm not worried about. That will just go away. But we're just going to put it up so that the chain signal, which is a double signal, points into the junction, which is everything that has more than one entry or one exit. And the block signal, which is a single one, will just point that into the customs house, like so. And that is for double or multi-directional train or multi-directional things. In this case, this is a terminal. I would not recommend doing this anywhere but a terminal, because you will run into issues. Technically, your block signal is supposed to still work. Even if you would place a block signal here, it's supposed to work. But I have found that there are enough situations where that is just not the case. And this is safer if you know what you're doing. Chain in, lock out. This is the block. Keep the blocks separate. Really simple. Trust me. So that should be fine. Mixed signal here for the NATO side as well. Sometimes the game remembers what you actually wanted to do. Placing a signal here that you can leave this block, and then we're placing a chain here. So how does a chain actually work? A chain really just means that a train will not... a chain signal is green if the signal in front of the chain signal is green. A block signal is green if the block in front of it is green. And that's it. A chain signal can have another chain signal in front of it, and then the chain signal in front of the chain signal is the signal that determines if it's red or green, etc., etc. You can chain them as much as you want. A block will only ever look at the block in front of it. That's just how it works, and that's all there is. So I'm just going to try to not block this section ever, and then we're going to signal up all the other stuff that should fall into place relatively easy, but every once in a while it can still hurt. In one-directional thingies like this, you do not have to use a chain to a block. It's just a little easier to always be consistent than have special rules for. If it's like this, you don't need it, because technically you cannot block a train going in the same direction. That's just silly. But that's how this works. You, sir, I would like you to actually go back to your home or help us at the distribution office, which both of them would be fine. But right now you don't have a way to turn around, so I'm going to leave you alone just for the time being. That should be fine. Just going to signal this up. Try to not block the road if you can avoid it. Again, same thing. Chain in, chain in, chain in, and chain in. This may look like a complicated junction. It really is not. This one, oh, this is a special one. We're going to talk about that. So block out, block out, block out. This is not basketball, but block out. There you go. This may look special, but the special thing here is that this is a block that is way too short for any train to be seriously considering going in here. So what helps in this case is I'm going to do this the stupid way first, and I'm going to show you the better way. Chain signal in, chain signal in. So now we have purple, orange, orange, blue. Blue is the good color. Blue is the color that you want. And it's actually stopping now because I need to signal the rest up. That's bad. If you get a rainbow like this, you have a problem. And if we signal up the back here correctly, we will actually get the right result. And I can explain it to you a little better. I'm considering allowing this, that one could block the road. But there you go. Now we have purple, orange, blue. This is more orange because this is another junction that this is considering connected to this thing now. But if we take this out, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. So there's a chain, This all goes that way. There will be a chain here because we enter a junction again. And then there is a block signal out here. This one would... Hold on. This is the return. Haha! I did that earlier too where I did it the wrong way, but it's okay. Wait, both of them go in now. What did you do? Why did you do it this way? This one would have to go over there to cross this. Well, these are two returns for the same thing. I'm going to let this run for a minute. I think I will regret it, but interesting decisions you made there. But this one can go out that way, and this one can go out that way. Technically, it should still work, but it's a little weird. I made that a little weird. Anyways, here's what I was trying to get to. Here, this junction has now purple and orange. The purple one is a very clear junction. It's just like, yeah, this is a junction that just has to happen here. But then you have another junction next to a junction. That is signified by not having blue next to blue. Okay. What to do here? Well, the problem is that this block that's right after the junction is not long enough to contain any train. So if a train would say, here, for example, oh, this signal is green. I can leave now. Where they're going doesn't really matter. They could go up there or could go somewhere else. However, this signal may say, this block is already occupied, so the signal will be red because there's a train in here somewhere. Now a train here would still see green because this arrow is green because the block in front of it is green. So it would leave, would go here, would go past this one, and it would stop at this signal because there's a train in here because this block signal is red. Now you have a train that will block this block. That's not a problem, but it will also hang into this junction most likely, and that is a problem because now it will be harder for the game to determine that a train can actually go straight here if this train partially blocks the junction. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Just trust me, it's not 100% of the time working. So what you should do here is simply make the junction bigger. Just orange. Yes, it's a bigger junction now, but you will not have that issue because now this signal is only going to be green if that signal is green, that signal is green, or this signal is green. Now remember that this one goes back weird. And I may change this. I mean, all I really have to do is move all of this over to the right, but all of that's a little funky. We'll see how this plays out. I have no idea. This may just work just fine, and it may actually be maybe be positive because yeah, you can get back on this side, you can get back on this side onto the same junction. So this is always the return. This is always the leaving. It's still just weird. I've never done it that way, and I didn't mean to do it that way, but now it's done. Okay, continue. I will just signal up the rest because, again, chain in, block out is the only rule you have to follow. And it has worked for me since I realized that that is the thing that you need to do. Trust me, it works every single time. There's no magic about this. Besides the Rare Construction Office, but that is different. Do not worry about the Rare Construction Office, it's stupid. It can block you for other stupid reasons, and I don't appreciate it. If you put one there, you have to put one here. Okay, got it. Cool. Keep going. Okay, that was it. Now, a good thing to do when you're done placing signals, or at least when you think you're done placing signals, is go over your network and see if you find anything that's not blue and orange. That's what I did here earlier. I forgot this signal right there, and I found it, and that was purple. Go over everything, and this one is purple, but that one has a little bit to do with how I have to get out of here because I cannot place a signal where this road is, and I don't need a signal really. I'll probably regret this later, but it's just not a perfect layout. But there you go, made it a little less funky. And then looks like I did forget a signal right here, so now everything is blue and orange again. This side is not completely completed in terms of rare construction. I think I will need a return right here, just a crossover or a temporary crossover until they're actually completely done with everything, because I don't have a full loop that goes around yet. But we're going to figure that out in just a minute. Back to signals. When you click on the signals, you get the colors in case you're curious. This is just a single spur, just comes off, and there's only one way in and one way out, so only one train should enter this at any given moment. Longer junction here because the rear construction office is a little funky, but it gives this guy a chance to turn around in places where it really wants to. Not the best junction, but that one will be fine. Big junction, we talked about that before. And then here, there's a little bit more purple, and that purple is more to do with this guy than anything else. You have two choices here. You can either just leave it as purple, or you can move that guy back just a little bit. Because it makes me feel a little better to just see orange, I'm just going to move it back and call that one good. But at this point, everything is set up correctly, so that is good. I will send our helper over here for now, and I will send our big train in here. Hopefully most of the wagons can actually fit in there. They have to arrive. We have 5,000 in the bank. And I have to set this one up to actually do something useful. I'll probably take out a $50,000 loan or something. Not entirely necessary. It's not part of the challenge to not have to take out a loan. So I feel okay about it, although it is a little silly. We do have water now. We haven't received any coal yet. Are you kidding me? I think the coal just got eaten up by all the trains that are already sitting here, so maybe that's all okay. I am paused. It's 1935 because we don't have that much... Well, we don't have money, but I really don't want to lose too many things over here. So let's see what we can do. Couple things. Inside the distribution office, all distribution offices, the order of tasks is actually a priority. So I would like you to pick up chemicals from here every time. Thank you very much. I would like you to pick up boards and wood from here every single time. Thank you very much. I would like you to pick up gravel from here as long as it's available. That looks good. And then, are we producing anything else? Yes, we are. We are producing stuff over here. And over here we're producing clothes and booze. Okay, those are your sources for all of that stuff as long as we have them. So now they're in priority order. They're all put together like that, and that feels okay. I would like to get the rest from here. You just want to get it from the NATO side for the time being. I think I will give myself the option to do that, but just say load all the rest from these places, but right now don't load anything from the custom cells, only unload here. Okay, cool. So far so good. I haven't made any real selections yet though, so let's see what else we need. Does the chemical warehouse need anything delivered? Nope, because we have crops from the farm and we have chemicals from this guy, and we have a lot of money sitting here, so that's cool. Chemicals comes in there, and we may as well complete the cycle really quick and say unload chemicals here. I already know that I want to unload boards here. I want to unload clothes if we have them, and fabric, because now I have a distribution office where that's a little easier to do, should also be okay to get unloaded here. The problem with fabric could potentially be that we run out of fabric when we need it, but as long as the industries are running 100% of the time, this is just going to be a money maker, and that's all good. Cool. So chemical warehouse done. Let's make it small so I can actually see stuff. Board wise, I think that's okay. I have wood selected because a couple of industries do require wood. For example, chemicals here. We could grab some wood from here if we wanted it to. But we don't need to export that or anything. That's not going to make us that much cash. So that's fine. I never want to export gravel, especially since our production is actually not that high. We only have small little trucks and an excavator, so that's not going to help us much. So we're going to leave that alone, and then we get to the rugby warehouse. Rugby warehouse is over here. You would like to deliver food. We have clothes here, chemicals. We have booze here. Let's see, what else do we have? That's it. Booze, chemicals, and food. Okay, perfect. So that one is taken care of, and then there's the customs, the Dover custom cells, and that's fine. I hope I didn't click this button for some reason. Remove all connections. No, it wouldn't have been that one, because that would have been bad. Okay, so that one should be happy. Let's add a new warehouse. From here, I would like to not unload anything, but you have to unload food, clothes, chemicals, booze, mechanical components, Electrical components, and then plastics are not part of the scheme yet. I don't think I have a repair station here, so this should cover everything that we had. Let's set that to, honestly, all the unloading stations. If they can all be at 50% train-wise, that should be okay. It should help us not run underneath anything for any time in the near future. Okay, with that in mind, now we can set up all the other ones. This is going to take a little longer to unload, but that's fine. The first one is right here. I would like you to unload all the construction stuff that we have. That is steel, boards, prefab when we have them, and bricks once we produce them ourselves would be nice, but that's not going to happen right away, and that's okay. I would like you to go here and unload fuel. Just fuel, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just fuel there. Unload, not load. Got it. Unload fuel. And then I would like you to go here and unload meat. There's a meat wagon. Cool. Where do we get all that stuff from? From the customs house that we told them do everything, and we're going to just do the NATO side for now because we have a little bit of cash, and maybe that's enough to get all our chemicals and clothing and fabric out of the door so we have a little bit of cash left over. Okay, all of those things are highly, highly important, and I believe they're now all set. Blue, lightly blue, hard to see, load, and then green is destination. Green destination makes sense. Yes, 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 those are done. That's city 1, this is city 2. There is not that much else going on. Yes, we could start delivering coal with the distribution office by picking up coal from the customs house and bringing it to this place, this place, this place, this place. But it also takes away coal or tasks that I don't have that many of. We're gonna let them run, and once these are catching up with everything that needs to happen, I will send them up to the Steel Valley line, because that's the next thing that's very, very important. So that one gets out, that one takes a different route out, that's fine, don't care. If you're curious what the signals are doing, maybe I can just turn this one on, because there's a white signal now. Beautiful. That means there is at least one path open. It couldn't go north, but it could go to that side. This is why you want a lot of trains, a lot of locomotives available in your distribution office so they can actually do all these things left and right, and hopefully there's enough money in the bank to make this work. Are you filling up? Yes, you're filling up. That's what I wanted to see. So the distribution offices are not able to keep up with everything, but we have fueling stations along the way that should be able to manage whatever task we want to throw in here. Cool. Traffic jam. You, buddy. It's just gravel. Apparently I have 4 trucks assigned to that gravel line now. Not the end of the world, not great, but I think we can get over that relatively soon. The trains aren't super fast. Oh, you're just filling up with steel? I would have much rather seen you do food, but hey, you do you, buddy. That's a pretty locomotive. That's a very pretty locomotive. I like it. There's the other train coming in here. Oh, I did tell you I was going to look at the signals, so let's do some more signal looking. There was a white signal again because it could go through there, but this one was occupied, so that's what the signal colors try to tell you. There should be another one trying to refuel. Perfect, because there's a little bit of spacing in between them. Don't mind that at all. And then I'm very curious about... Oh, there's another train going through already. Very good. And you are... Do you have some food on board? Oh, you have clothes. Oh, you're loading clothes, and then you're going to export them at the customs house. That's fine. Give me some money. There. Our money's going down anyways. What are you doing? Chemicals. Oh, nice. Look, 33,000 in the bank right away. My little faux pas is not going to kill the whole Republic right away, probably. We're at 6,000 people. We should be fine. How are you guys doing? Okay. Yep, 22 tons of food into the Trumpet Interchange Warehouse, which is a terrible name for Chemical Town. So, rename building. This is Chemical Town Warehouse. So I can actually figure out what this actually meant, because the name that I gave this town, 2,000 chemical brick coal power, it's not going to help me remember anything. So let's not go there. Only 2,000 in the bank. Okay, it's getting closer, but that's okay. What are you doing? You are getting boards. Interesting route, but I'm okay with that. Yep, this is not perfect, but this is the afterthought effect, because the real place would have been right on the line, which can also cause trouble, especially if you have this one. But I think the way that the signals are actually set up here is set up so that the mainline trains cannot go through this, so this will never be blocked by mainline trains. So that's actually a cool thing that I accidentally did there. And plus, I don't have a crossing here. Like, this train will go in there, but there's no train coming back that will block this one, so this is one relatively long junction that should never be blocked by too many trains, which is also pretty exciting, I think. You're gonna go home. Oh, look at that. We have money in the bank now. This one is still going in the right direction. That's not the end of the world. And then what do you think this guy's gonna do next with a solid number of trains? Yeah, there was one that was blocking here. Oh, okay. If that is the case, I think what I want to do is put the block signal closer to the actual... Oh, come on. Let me place it. I would like to place it a little closer to the actual exit. Come on. There. There you go. So now a train can actually go in here. And the distribution trains are generally not that long, so I'm okay with a shorter block right there. But they're doing what they're supposed to do. Great. You're getting more food. Fill up the chemical NATO warehouse, which hopefully has a little bit of food now. Yep, but it wants 156 tons. I'm not going to stop it from having that much. That's okay. How much food do we have here? Just 15 tons. I at least want to get 65 tons in here. Just to make me feel better, really, honestly. So that hopefully plays out relatively soon. There's 8 tons of food here. I think we're on the mends. Everything is kind of coming together and doing what we want it to do. If we had another train in here, it would actually do something, which means, hey buddy, you're used. You're gonna be used and abused, and you're gonna be helpful. You're gonna like it too. Okay, this I don't love. I guess I'm making 2,000, 2,500, 2,600 on this. How much coal on water are we gonna burn through making that thing happen? And then, yeah, oh, maintenance. Oh, maintenance for a distribution office is easy, and we have a maintenance truck sitting over here. I probably don't need to worry about it anytime soon, but I would like maybe 10 workers working here, just so in case there is a train that needs to be maintained, they can actually make it down here and not be completely clogged up. That could be helpful. Okay. There is a rail construction crane. You're just gonna have to babysit this one for a tiny bit until this first loop is done, and then they can figure out how to get out of here by themselves. That one's no longer assigned because this one is assigned. That's fine. Medium priority, and make this one a high priority. Maybe they pick it up right away, and then that should all be okay because I'm not gonna have to add another signal into that range. Great. Now, let's be a little more detailed about the rail distribution that we actually want to have happen here. Chemical warehouse. When do you want to pick up chemicals? Sadly, technically all the time. The rail distribution logic will try to fill them up, fill the trains up most of the time. But in reality, we probably don't need to go unless this is at least a little bit full. But now I'm using the same distribution office to distribute to the Republic, as well as to export, which right now is okay because we're producing a lot, but at some point we're going to have to turn that off. The problem is simply, you do want to move chemicals to any warehouse that requires them at that moment, but you also want to make sure that you keep this empty enough that the warehouse or the industry can actually produce, which right now it looks like it's producing really, really, really nice and producing a lot of waste. So that one is fine. Boards are not as important. For boards, I don't want you to send out a train unless you can get it at least filled up. So if this one is less than 50%, which is a full train, actually even 70%, no, 50% is fine. Don't even bother. But once we get our bricks unloaded, which will be in just a second, we will have more stake cars to actually transport more boards most of the time. You see all these bricks? If you're really bothered, you can turn them off or discard them in the customs house, not in the customs, but in the rail distribution office. But it's not my highest priority at this moment. Okay, fuel is good. Meat is good there. There is a rail construction crane coming out here. That's nice. Are you picking up some more chemicals? Great. Make me some money. Oh, yeah. I'm excited about that. I don't know about you, but I am. Okay, we could technically not produce our own coal. No, this thing is not done yet. How is this thing not done yet? What do you need that you don't have? Okay, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. I don't know what else, what other like construction offices we have to assign to this thing to actually get something going. Just seems a little silly that these guys are not getting anything done, but maybe it's because there's too much going on this side. Ah! Too much going on this side. Excellent segue. Okay, let's get this correct. You still have to get done. Please get that one done relatively soon. 1, 2, 2's not on here, 3's not on here, 4, 5, they're on there, and then, okay, you technically have to go in here too, but for right now we're just going to separate the construction waste. Great. You are still overloaded, hopefully. Hopelessly. Actually, we can turn this one off. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the waste. Mixed waste. Mixed waste. Waster in. Okay, mixed waste in. You will now unload here again. Cool. That's just the way it's supposed to work. And now we're going to set this one up correctly. Is anyone working here yet? Not yet, but we're getting there. Do you have workers? How are we getting people here? Is there a bus going here? Or no, there's a little car. The car with the thing. And you are set up to go wherever you feel like going. Okay, great. So we're just going to need another car. Nope. Haha, it tricked me. Bus platform 2 to bus platform here. And not to the incinerator anymore. Thank you very much. But while you're in the area, please still drop off people somewhere. If you want to drop them off right here, right now, that's fine. You are probably the only vehicle on that line. Okay, let's get another 2 vehicles going because that should be enough. Luckily, these are cheap. Purchase road vehicle. Can I get a cheap one? Do you have something used that I can use for this? Show all, no personal car. Okay, not on this side. How about you? Do you have something I can get used? No personal car here, and then we have 18,000 left in the bank, so we may as well check here. There is an Austin Dixie. Yep, give me 1, 2. There were 2 of them, luckily. And they can all do the same thing. Can I assign them from here? Probably not, but I'm going to try it anyways. Go. Nope. just wanted to see. So click that button. Too many windows on my window. I understand, but you can go right down here. That looks good. You are supposed to do this. You never started bringing any coal to where you're supposed to go. That's unfortunate, but whatever. It was raining, so those guys are a little slow. Great. Let's set our friend up. For success, obviously, not to fail. One way. In, out, out. Okay. Tell this one what it's supposed to do. Already got metal scrapped. I hate when that happens. It's too late. How did metal scrap get here? Who put metal scrap in this thing? I would like to... Okay. Give me one of these trucks. I don't remember if this is all I had to do, but go here, wait until loaded, and then bring it here, unload, wait until loaded. There you go. See if that one rattles it loose. It may be, it may not be. It's been a while. Speaking of while, these guys have started to get everything that they wanted, and that's good. Let's switch some things around. NATO, we're going to turn you off for a while, and we're going to let you load at the Delver Customs House, because why not? And then we're going to start filling up our Steel Valley with materials. Do you have your fire station built? You do have your fire station built. Well, that's wonderful, isn't it? Yes. Talk to you. Gosh. This is a YAG truck. This should work. Control H, send you home. Okay, it was just stuck because there's no full way to get around yet. And the way it's set up, place the signal here, it doesn't have enough room to turn around yet. And that's why it's being confused. It's fine. Okay, I picked up some mixed waste. That's good. I should have stayed on that one, though. Too late. Go here. What do you need to bring? Pretty much everything. I just want you to unload, but really unload. We're going to unload steel. Prefab, brick, boards, chemicals, clothing, food, electronics, mechanical components, alcohol, meat eventually right there. No cement. Cool, but everything else can go there. Great. This one, guess what? Gravel. Free gravel for us. Wonderful. How about this guy? Yes, technically sure, but it's going to be hard for you to actually turn around, but we'll see how that works. And then over here is also cement, and you did forget that one. So there you go, that can go there. And now we are delivering all the things that could be delivered, which really just means this one needs a higher priority so that train doesn't get stuck there. Rail distribution trains can also be sent home with the same logic, Control H. So that should make things okay. How about you? You are full of something. Okay. Oh, you're not. Wait until loaded. Got it. Get out of here. Can you bring it to somewhere? Because I want to click this button. You don't understand how annoying that is. There's hazardous waste. They're going to make some circles around here. That's beautiful. Love it. Let's just see what happens. You do that again. And you get... this has to be mixed waste. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Not going to work well, at least. Anyways, you guys can actually start helping. Mixed waste in is no longer a mixed waste in. It can actually become a mixed waste out because we're going to add this as your new transfer station, and you're going to unload everything mixed waste there. No hazardous waste, please and thank you. You picked up a little more. Still not empty. Ah! We'll see how that works at the end. This one has to be construction waste. That is set up right. Cool. We have to talk to the other guys. That would be demolition office. Yeah, definitely demolition office has to bring everything through there. Let's see, incinerator out, construction waste. No, construction waste clearly goes here. Metal scrap supposed to go there. Here. It was already on the right one. Cool. Hazardous waste just in a dump. And then mixed waste can go here. Cool. I think this is almost the same thing, minus bio waste. No, that was that was a different place. Metal scrap, okay, out. Okay, aluminum scrap out. Bio waste there. Aggregate storage there. Plastic waste out. Hazardous waste incinerator and a mixed waste in is. Let's call this one separator in. Separator in. Okay, and then we have this technical service office, which really brings everything to this dump, which is totally fine. Now I want to check. Okay, we have some trucks actually parked here. That is a good sign. That generally means that we are keeping up with everything, which is what we want. Some hazardous waste. Oh, great. How'd that get here? Seriously, how did hazardous waste get in here? Must have clicked the wrong button somewhere. Could have been just a vehicle that was already on the way. Hard telling at this point. Okay, so you are coming in here and you say, yeah, I did what you told me to do. Very good. And you got almost nothing from somewhere. Wonderful. Would you mind going here and pick up whatever you want from there? If there's something in here. Very good. There's something in there. And then bring it here and no longer go here. Just mixed waste to mixed waste. Cool. Here, wait until loaded. Here, wait until unloaded. I just would like mixed waste to actually show up in this menu, and then I feel better. Still no mixed waste delivered. That's okay. As long as you can burn through this stuff, that would be super. The right way to do this with hazardous waste, by the way, is to burn hazardous waste in. I think I set it up at the valley. Steel Valley, that is the right way, but you burn hazardous waste and feed that into the recycling plant or general separation plant, and then feed that into mixed waste again, and then another incinerator, because then you burn the hazardous waste first, get all the metals out of them that are good, and then you just end up with ash. This way there's always going to be a little bit of leftover in here for the hazardous waste, but it's just the way that it's set up, and it's not the end of the world. It's okay, trust me. It's just fine. Where's my truck? Are you refueling? Is that your problem? just would like that thing to do the thing that I would like it to do. All right. unload. The 0.7 tons of something didn't make a difference. All right. I think I have to do... Let's see. I think I need to fake these out, and then I may be able to get what I wanted to do. That was some funky way to make this happen, and we're gonna make it happen. It's not gonna be a footpath episode, and this is not gonna be a real construction or deconstruction. It's just gonna fake. Kind of a fake one. Just doesn't need to happen. I just want something to happen here. So you, mixed waste. Good. Make it mixed waste. Please and thank you. And magic. Great. Well, I'm glad that's over. So you cancel demo, you cancel demo, you truck. I think it's this one. Stop, go back to where you came from. Thank you. Okay, that one should be fine, and now we're operating without issues, and everything can just move to wherever it needs to move. With that in mind, would you mind picking up nonsense from here? And that is load. Aluminum scrap, plastic waste, metal scrap, and no construction waste. Well, this should be fine. Get that one out of here. Look at that. Our trains are actually filling up stuff. Very exciting. You are one of the rail distribution trains that I was talking about earlier because you delivered some fuel. That's fine. Let's get you home. How about you, sir? You can get out of here. That looks great. There's another train already waiting behind us. Oh, that's a distribution train. Look at that. This is perfect. This is what we pay for. That thing is just like, yep, I know what to do. I've been around here for long enough. It's the smallest locomotive that we had to have the longest train pulling through here. Just beautiful. Ah, no, this one I'm going to leave you with. There's another train right behind it. Behind it. What accent is that? Don't know. But here we are. Everything is perfect. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next time, when I guess I'm going to reveal that we're going to do food stuff over there. That's the main thing I wanted to do, so this will be fine. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.